Hello, kings, queens, and the rest of ya. It's me, Tracy, coming at you with a voiceover. I only do these when I feel like you're owed an explanation, and sometimes not even that. I'm not a fan of listening to my own voice, so sometimes I'm like, I should do more voiceovers. And then I'm like, nah, I would have to hear myself talk. Anyways, Iron Lung. It's a movie that came out recently. And since my birthday was also recently, I dragged two of my family members to go see it with me. They had mixed feelings, but since it was my birthday, my opinion is the only one that mattered, and I liked it. I thought the visuals were very cool, and I felt compelled to, do an art about it. Um, and I'm gonna be honest. Drawing a portrait of an actual human person that I do not know is always intimidating. But the fantasy gore kind of makes it hard to tell who it is, anyways. Hopefully, it somewhat resembles Markiplier. As I was working from reference this whole time, usually when I work from reference, I have the image I'm working from on the canvas with me, but I didn't do it this time. Probably would have helped since I could put notes on the original image like I did when I drew that study of Jax last year. However, I was being an airhead and I kind of forgot. It happens. For the background, I ended up finding some reference images from the game the movie was based off of, since I assumed they'd be more widely available than screen caps from the movie itself. That being said, I kind of drew what felt right based off of vibes. I used red and green as the color palette, and I think it came out pretty well. Personally, I associate green with horror, since green lighting is used to imply something is wrong or sinister in cinematic languages. And I also used it because green is the contrasting color of red, which is a thematically important color to both Iron Lung the game and movie. I'm usually scared of this color combination because if done wrong, it just kind of makes things feel like Christmas. And there's nothing wrong with Christmas, but it just kind of gives me the ick when it's not December. Forced joy isn't the vibe I get when thinking of Iron Lung. I could see it in a different horror movie or sci-fi property, but not Iron Lung. That being said, I feel like I did a pretty okay job of not making it feel like Christmas, and I have a feeling you wouldn't think about Christmas at all unless you're talking to me. And I've mostly figured out how to avoid unwanted Christmas vibes when working with a red and green color palette, but I still get nervous. Anyways, I feel like I've said enough. If you haven't watched Iron Lung and it's still in theaters at the time of you watching this video, go watch it. It's super fun if you like sci-fi horror, and it has some really cool visuals. Also, Markiplier gets shirtless in it. Spoilers. He does get shirtless. I'm asexual. That doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, but I'm sure it's somebody's selling point. Okay, I'll shut up now.